Today I've got Mike Samuels in. Going to teach him a little bit about the kettlebell and how that can help him with his knee problem that he's just been having just recently. Mike's doing an epic challenge. He's going to be running 100 miles in 24 hours, hopefully. Mike, thank you for coming.
No worries, mate.
Do you want to tell people what you're going to be doing?
Sure, so September this year, I'm taking part in the Equinox 24 event, which is 24 hours to run as far as you can, and my goal is a minimum of 100 miles.
Awesome. And what charity is that for?
So I'm here to raise money for Macmillan Cancer Charity. It's a charity fairly close to me. They're very good. My mum went through breast cancer in 2013, and so yeah, would like to raise a bit of money for them.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike. Mike came to me with a knee problem. Now, after an in-depth assessment, what we found was a few things that I could help Mike with. So the exercise selection today is going to be based around Mike's problem. His problem is a patellar tendon problem. So the patellar tendon comes from the quads, comes over the knee, and this is the tendon here. Quite common, actually. So one of the exercises that we're going to use is the kettlebell front squat, and we're going to load the knee under control. Slow tension does it. So rack the kettlebells into this position, Mike. We're going to draw down. We're going to split the legs. Then all we're going to do is slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up. Happy? Cool. Okay. And splitting the legs. So we note by evidence and what all the research tells us is tendons respond well to slow and heavy load. Quite a paradox actually, because sometimes that's what can flare the tendon up. So Mike here at the moment is drawing the kettlebell down and he's just loading this tendon nice and slow and controlled. Good. That's enough, Mike. Now the second exercise that we've been using is one quite unique to Mike. So we looked at his stability on a single leg. Very important for runners to be having that stability, because obviously you're transferring your weight from one side to the other continuously. So building some stability around the hip, which controls that stability at the knee and the ankle, is very important. So this exercise was coming onto a single leg, and then we just have a slight knee bend, so around 20-degree knee bend. So that starts to load this stability muscle here called the glute med. And then all that we're doing here is we're bringing the kettlebell from one side to the other. So it's creating an instability around the core, so the core is really working hard, and then this hip is really working hard as well. Mike, if you just want to demonstrate. So all we're doing here is where we've got Mike on a single leg, glute med's working hard here to stabilize and keep his knee in a good position. And what do I mean by a good position? A position that's more likely to take load around rather than loading just one part. And that's it for us, Mike. Cool. And the second one, so we found that he had a little bit of weakness in his, what we call the adductor. Now the adductors get missed quite a lot because we always think about the quads and the hamstrings and the glutes, but actually there's this large portion of muscles here called the adductors. So one of the exercises we've been doing is the Cossack squat. So that's just holding the kettlebell in this position, split the legs quite wide, and then all we're doing is we're going slowly to lean to one side to really load the adductor. So slow, 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 and then up. Mike, if you just want to demonstrate that as well.
Yep.
So while we're holding the kettlebells, why it's important for us to be aware of where the kettlebell is we want to create tension. Tension means stability. So when he's pulling that kettlebell in, all this is nice and loaded. Coming down, good, Mike. Back up, well done. Happy days, Mike, thank you. So the three main exercises we've been using for this is the front squat, split squat, front split squat, the single leg, and the Cossack squat.